Right, you good? Yeah, I'm good. All right, cool. Coach, we have a opening statement, and then we'll open up the questions for the student athletes.
It was just unbelievable night. I think we finally experienced the Memorial magic we were looking for. Had a unbelievable game, unbelievable effort. The guys never quit. Didn't look great there for a minute, but we just kept battling. And like I said, when you got the right people and you're about the right things, good things happen for us. And none bigger than what we've been about, trusting each other, is getting downhill. Instead of maybe throwing something marginal up on the board, he found Tyrin in the bailout, and he jumped up and made the biggest shot of our tenure. And so proud of these guys right here, man. They could continue to battle the up and downs. Like I said, I've probably been harder on them than anybody else, because I see the potential and I see what they're about, and I think they're starting to see it now. So proud of them, and I'm going to let them talk from now on.
Questions for the student athletes?
Tyrin, what did you see on that final play?
Like you said, Ezra drove to the lane and just found me in the corner, and I just knocked it down.
What were your emotions when you hit the shot?
It felt great. That stuff we dreaming about as kids, just in the backyard, count down from 3, 2, 1, and glad I was able to hit a game winner. That's something I'll never forget.
Was it designed to go to you the way it did in the corner?
The play, our offense, feeling bailouts, having somebody in the corner at 45, Ezra knew I was there, and he made the right read.
It looked like when you were coming out of the huddle after that final timeout that you were telling them, look for me. Were you telling the guys to look for you or no?
Yeah, because I sort of figured they would collapse, and I knew I would be open on the weak side, and he found me, like I said.
For both of you guys, what's this mean to do this against Tennessee?
We got a hit.
For me, it means a lot. It means a lot. It's one of the teams we haven't beaten yet. I don't know how many years we haven't beat them, but for me, I haven't beat them yet. 0-7 against them. So for me, it's everything. I told Coach last year after we lost to Kentucky in the SEC tournament that we were going to beat every team that we hadn't beat so far, and this is one of those teams. So especially to beat them in the gym like this, for Tyrin hit a shot like that, it's unforgettable.
As Coach mentioned, that Memorial magic, being able to feel that, how did this game feel? I mean, it was taut from the start, and to be able to finish it off and celebrate like that on the court.
For sure. I mean, it's something, like Tyrin said, something you dream about. It's something you dream about. I watched the Kansas and Kansas State game, and I saw how they rushed the court, and for the students to come out there like that, it was amazing for us. Something, like he says, just dream about it. It's a really good moment for us, Memorial magic, something that you dream about.
You guys were in this game really the whole time, but really got over the hump in the last possession. Did you guys believe all night that this was your game to take?
For sure. Me and Tyrin talked about it the last time we beat them. I mean, we played them at Tennessee. We were going to get them this time. We wanted to defend our home court and get this win. So it was never lost faith. And even when we were filing, we always upbeat. We knew we were going to get a chance to either tie it or win the game.
Tyrin, did you know that you had gotten it off in time?
For sure, yeah. I knew it.
I didn't. I was looking over there and I was asking the scorekeeper. They was like, "We don't know this." And I was like, I was trying to get a heads up. Then Tony Green came over there and he said it was good. We're gonna look at it, but it was good. I couldn't contain myself. I hugged Tony Green. So, know I was feeling good.
Any other questions for the student athletes before we get out of here?
Jordan, was something a different mindset you had in the second half because you really scored, had a steal, rebounded?
For sure. In the first half, I had been out with the concussion, so I just wanted to kind of ease myself back into the game, get in the flow, get a nice rhythm. In the first half, I wanted to just get the ball moving. That's the emphasis of this game, get the ball moving. And Tyrin had it going, Liam had it going, so I just wanted to get those guys the ball. In the second half, I kind of found myself finding a little rhythm, and it was aggressive.
For both of you guys again, what do you think this does for you moving forward?
I think it just shows us that we can play with anybody, give us the confidence, going down the rest of the SEC, the games we have left, we can beat anybody.
Cool. All right, thanks, guys. Questions for Coach?
Coach, you mentioned yesterday this would probably be the biggest win of your tenure. Now that you've done it, does it feel that way?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it feels great, and you know, it was so much class. Coach Barnes came over there and was just like, "Man, I'm super proud of you," right? And you know, just those words mean a lot because, like I said, I respect that guy so much, and I know what he's about. He's about the right thing. His team plays the right way, and they play at a high level, and that was my whole thing about this game, that we had to. We had to play so hard to beat this team that we got to find our second win. And even when they're going to make a run, we got to find our second win. When we make a run, we still got to find our second win. And I thought our guys, they really exhausted themselves and gave us everything that they had. So no, it was unbelievable feeling. Obviously, we've been dealing with a little bit of adversity, a little bit of but I thank God. I thank God for the adversity. I thank God for these moments like this because it's all about it. I mean, everybody wants to feel like you can go from, skyscraper to skyscraper, but that's not life. That's not how you grow. You got to have those peaks and valleys, and you got to have those ebbs and flows. And we've had some ebbs, so now it's good to flow a little bit, and feels really good, man. Feels really good for our fans. Feels really good for our students. Feels really good for our families, and most of all for these guys who trusted and believed in what we're trying to do. And to have a moment like this again, just continue to build on it. I felt like we were here. I talked about it yesterday, kind of during the availability that it's a great opportunity for us right now, just to continue to believe and go and do something special. And I think to a win like this, could spur us on. Now we got to validate it. We got to go on the road. Got to go to a hostile environment and try to bring the same type of energy. And we've been pretty good on the road. We've had some close games that didn't go our way, but I think we've learned from those things. All of us, as our players have learned and understand, kind of the process of winning I talked about. And for us, there's a coaching staff. There's things that we learn and we see game after game that can kind of go into our little Bible and principles of how we need to do things to be better and to win. And I think we got a good blueprint of what we need to do to finish out this season, and hopefully we hope and trust that we can do it.
So Jerry, the play then is Ezra. If you can get it to the rim, if you can get there, finish it. But the next option is.
Yeah, with his speed, I mean, we got those guys. It's three-quarter fists. It's a play that I've. Again, like none of this stuff really original. We all steal stuff as coaches, and I got that one from Dwayne Casey when I was in Toronto. It was just the one where you kind of send guys. I've added some wrinkles to it, but it's basically you get a downhill guy. You start him in the backcourt with the most speed, send some shooters to the corner, your big catch, which normally he's going to be able to catch, and you hand it back to your guard coming downhill with speed. And, they kind of jammed him up a little bit, so he still had time to make a move. And he got to the basket, and I thought he had a decent look, but we always talk about our bailouts, and he got up there and drew two, and Tyrin was open in the corner and stepped up and knocked down it might be my favorite shot in my career, playing and coaching. Now that was, and again, it's just things come full circle. Again, there was a lot made about Tyrin, and it's what didn't happen to him a week or so ago in Alabama, and now. Look at him. We don't even know it's cold outside right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you continue to trust and believe, and like I said, develop not only basketball players but developing young men that we can be proud of as well.
Have you seen too many situations where you had to foul 5 times in like 19 seconds or whatever it was? And I mean, were you thinking at that time we may not be able to get the ball back?
None of my teams. We're normally in the bonus probably about at least the 8 or 9 minute mark. I feel like we're not playing hard if we're not fouling, but it was just a physical game. I think the ones that we went to, that we got, they were legitimate fouls. But I thought we were allowed to play a physical game. It was two tough teams that went in and battled and gave everything that they had. And we were just fortunate enough to come out on top. I think we were, like I said, I'm stopped trying to to fight all these battles and let the man upstairs fight them. And he saw fit for us to win this one tonight, and I'm thankful for that, and thankful for my boss lady over there. She always supports me, always sticks by me. It's for her, for all of us, and thankful.
Very few teams have solved that defense this year. You guys played them pretty well in Knoxville, and then shot a pretty good percentage tonight. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, we scored well. It was a little bit of our own undoing in the second half. I watched that game today just to kind of see some things. I mean, and it was more about, it felt like we could score against them. It was just about, stopping them. It's one of those teams that you can't relax on. Those guys, the Scovey, they kind of lull you to sleep. They get in the paint, and all of a sudden they burst off, and then they're pulling triggers, and you're behind, and now the big has to help and do those things, and they get those roll behinds, and they got those lob threats that can put you in a bind. But I thought our screening was really good. You got to screen them. And I think our actions. I've been I let Adam called a lot of the plays tonight. I've been trying to give him more responsibility there and some play calling, so I can just kind of focus on the game. I was a little hesitant about that. But boss lady said, "You the CEO. You ain't got to do everything. You can, you can let some other people do some things." So I might have a defensive coordinator coming up too, but no, I like defense too much. I don't think I'm gonna give that one away. But no, he did a great job of calling the games, and calling plays for the guys, what he was seeing on the bench, and so hats off to our whole staff, man. I think there was Andy Fox's. It was his scout tonight, and I thought he goes above and beyond, and that's why. It's disappointing, for me, when you hear some of the noise and things that go around, because these people work really, really hard. And it's about me. I'm used to taking licks. I played in the NBA for 18 years, so I'm used to noise and people having opinions and different things about me. But I really get a little sensitive because of these people, because I see how they work every day. I see the passion that they have for helping these guys get better in the things that they do. So this game is for them. It's for all of us, but it's for them and their families. Their families don't like to hear all of the negative things from a few, but like I said, it's so many people that send me emails and send me texts that believe in what we're doing and what we're about, and this game tonight was for them.
You mentioned ebbs and flows, Jerry. Just the past week, have you had a week with that much of a swing, in your even playing, coaching?
No, like I said, I beat a team by 60, 70 some points, but I never lost by 50, but again, I think it was like I said, it was something. My faith is there. Like I said, I know I say some words sometime on the sidelines that you don't think I have a strong faith, but I do, and I think that's what it comes from. Like the best night of my life as a player was I had 57 points. The worst night of my coaching career, I lost by 57 points. Now you tell me he ain't talking to me somehow right there, So I think it all meant to be. It all, everything that happened for us to be right here in this moment with an opportunity to do what we've been talking about all season. I think now they believe. Like I said, I've been telling them because I believe in them and I believe in what they're capable and able to do. But you need something like this to happen for them to really believe it too. Not that we can win a game. We know that we can win a game, but I think when it doesn't always look great, can we still get it done? And I thought that they never lost their composure. They never lost their belief, and it's a really special night. I'm going to remember this night for a long, long time.
How much does it say about your players that they didn't lose that belief, and even through kind of this last week they still weathered enough to get this win?
No, it wasn't even about tonight. I thought it was the Ole Miss game, right? That was hard to do, right? Like I don't even know. It was, we were still all a little bit about what happened, but I told them we'll see him again. And like I said, wasn't our best night that night. You know, again, and then it was tough because I didn't really know how to help them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think a timeout was going to help anything. It was like one of those ones where if there's any way that you could slide the scorekeeper to $20 to just keep the clock running, this might be a good night to do it. You know, it was that bad. But but the next couple of days, it was more about building them up. I had to rebuild them. Their confidence wasn't great, but they came back and worked. So just speak to those guys. We got a lot of guys in our locker room too who have strong faith. Ezra Manzan is one of our leaders. I'm so glad that he's here. After losing Scotty, you needed a steady hand at the point guard, and he's come in and solidified that. And not only what he does, but being in Paul Lewis's ear, being in the younger guy's ear, he does a great job of that, and he takes them to Bible study and all those type of things. He's that type of kid, and I'm glad that he's part of our team.
Coach, you sat Liam for a fair amount of time right at the end of the first half. Was that a difficult decision considering how close the game was? Yeah, I mean it's 2 fouls. I'm not, I would kick myself if he pick up 3 fouls and then but it was one of I don't know. It's like I said, you hear things, and I was like somebody said that. I was watching the broadcast, and they was like, I think it was last Tennessee game that we played, and Liam picked up 2 fouls again, and they said I was ranked number 211th in allowing guys to play with 2 fouls. So I wanted to move up a little bit. Maybe 200 tonight since I played him a little bit, played him with 3 fouls. So I hear everything, even though you don't think I do. I hear and see a lot. So, but no. But I was, I just felt like it was offensive defense, try to bring him back on the offensive possession as opposed to bringing him back on the defensive end. But of course I told him to be smart, right? Try not to pick up any cheap ones because I know we were going to need him in that second half.